Hello friends, this video talks about the regression analysis and scatter plot diagram. Now let's open our SPSS data file. I have already opened in my window, and here is this is the data file in data view. Here is view. Now let's go to the analyze section. We can see their regression. We can see their regression, and now let's choose linear regression. Now click on linear regression. For the regression analysis, we need two type of variables. One is dependent variables, another one is independent variables. I am doing a research here in terms of engagement of students, and at last I have three type of engagement. One is cognitive engagement, another is affective engagement, and the last one is behavioral engagement. Now I want to check how much percentage is accounted to the cognitive engagement by other engagement. If I am taking two or more than three variables for the one dependent variables, then it can be a multiple regression. Now I am not doing multiple regression, I am doing simple linear regression. That's why for me dependent variable can be a cognitive engagement, and now let's take affective engagement for independent variables. Now let's go to the statistics bottom. If I need some descriptive information, then I can click here for the descriptive options, and if I want to make sure about the confidence interval, then I can mention here the confidence interval, and this study is taking the 95% confidence level, and other things I think I don't need. Model fit estimates, these already are default by setting here. Now we can click on continue for the process. Now let's go for plot bottom. Here are two options for linear regression plot. One is y and another one is x. And what this y and x tell? This x asks for the z predictor variable, and this y asks the z residual variable. In our case, uh, x is predictor variable. Where is z predictor variable? Z, yes, z predictor variables bring to the x box, and residual z residual z residual bring to the y variable. Okay, now let's, if I need some histogram and normal probability plot, then I can select this all. Now let's click on continue, and I think we don't need these other options for the simple linear regression analysis. Now let's click on OK. After a couple of seconds, we can find here a output file of SPSS. As you can see here, these are the information about the descriptive statistics, where the cognitive engagement, the average value of the cognitive engagement is 3.46, and the deviation is here, and the survey is done by taking 303 samples, and the effective engagement, the mean value is 3.49 something. It's not quite different, it's look like similar. And the correlation is here, the Pearson correlation value is here, and the significant tail is given here, and the number of cases are studied of the sample size is given here. Now let's talk about normal curve, and everything's are here at the bottom. Okay, now let's talk about the what is our dependent variable. Our dependent variable is cognitive engagement, and our independent variable is affective engagement, is shown here. Is the model summary. R square is equal to 0.035, and adjusted R square is equal to 0.031. It's not quite different. The value of R is 0.186, which is the predictor average effective engagement. and the dependent variable is cognitive engagement. Now we can see here in ANOVA table the value is significant. The value of significant at 5%, because of we select 95% as our confidence interval, that's why our p value, alpha value is 5%, that is 0.05. So this significant value is less than 0.05, so our assumption is significant. And we can see here the adjusted R square is 0.031. When we multiply by 100 to this value, then it seems 3%. The only 3% of the variance in dependent variable or outcome variable explained by the independent variable or predictor variable, or we can see we can say here the only 3% of the variance in the dependent variable. Dependent variable is our cognitive engagement. Only 3% variance in the cognitive engagement or outcome variables explained by affective engagement. That is the concepts of the R square. And we can see bottom here the regression, the beta coefficient. This is the beta coefficient 1 and this is the beta coefficient 2. Beta coefficient 1 is 2.643 and beta coefficient 2 is 0.237. So we can say that the y is equal to mx or mx plus c, or we can say that y is equal to 0.237x plus 2.643 is our regression analysis. Thank you very much for watching. And okay, here is also normal graph and dependent variable is scatter diagram. We don't need to go from legacy dialog box to create a different scatter plot. If we double click on this figure, then we can see here, we can fit here the regression line. We can fit here the regression line as linear, close, and the lines tells us about is the value which is given in scientific notations. Okay, if we close this edit graph edit or picture edit bottom, we can see the changes in our figure. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope you can follow this process in your research.